Hey guys, welcome to my channel Easy Economics. Today, let us learn the chapter Utility Analysis in a simpler version. Now, what is this utility analysis? So, in this chapter, we are going to study about consumer behavior. So, basically, in this chapter, we will study how a consumer tries to maximize his satisfaction with the given set of his resources, or we may say with his available resources. Now, as the name of the chapter is utility analysis, first of all, let us see the meaning of utility. So, let's move to meaning of utility. Point number one, meaning. In the simplest possible language, I will try to explain. Utility refers to the want satisfying capacity of a good or service. That means if any product or if any service is in a position to satisfy anybody's want, then we may say that the product is having utility. So once again, I repeat the meaning. In very simple language, we will write utility refers to the want satisfying capacity of a good or service. Now let us move to the next point, that is, let us learn features of utility. Whenever they ask you features of utility in your exams, it's always better to mention the meaning first and then move on to feature. It will hardly take any time. It will take very little time to write the meaning also. So let us move on to feature. Features of utility. Number one, subjective concept. Utility is a subjective concept. It means it's a psychological concept. Utility of any commodity, any product or service differs from person to person. See why it happens? Because every person's nature, habits, preferences, choices, likes, dislike changes. So a product may be having high utility for particular person, but the same product may not have utility for the other one. Simple example, now I have written all these notes on this particular board, so I find high utility from this board on which I have displayed the notes for you. I have written the notes for you which you are watching right now. So I find high utility from this board as a teacher, but you may not find that much utility from this board, whereas you need notebook and pen to write down these notes. Especially in your exams, you need notebook and pen instead of board. So I hope the point is clear. I try to explain in the with the help of simple examples. Now we move on to second point, relative concept. Utility is a relative concept because it is related to time and place. It means utility of any product or service varies from time to time, and it also depends and changes from place to place. For example, woolen clothes have high utility during the winter season. All of us need that. Whereas the same clothes we don't find any utility when the season or the time changes, when the summer comes. Next, we may discuss about place to place again with a very simple example, like sand is having high utility at the construction site, whereas the same sand at the seashore doesn't find that much utility as compared to the construction site. Now let us move to our next feature, that is utility is ethically neutral concept. We may also write it as utility is a morally colorless concept. Now what is morally colorless? Morally colorless means while considering or while deciding whether the commodity or product or service is having utility or not, this concept does not consider what is good or bad, whether that product or service is desirable or undesirable, or whether that commodity is harming anybody. Such things, such moral things, good, bad, desirable, undesirable, such moral things are not taken into consideration. So that's why we say that utility is a morally colorless concept. With a very simple and basic example, I would like to explain this. For example, in kitchen, everybody, we all of us having knife in our kitchen. So that knife is used for cutting fruits, vegetable, many things. So it is having high utility. Similarly, the same knife can be used for harming anybody also. So I hope you are getting my point. So the product or the commodity can be put to good use. Similarly, at the same time, it can be put to bad use or undesirable use also, harmful use also. But that is not considered. While considering the criteria for the utility concept, we do not consider whether the commodity is put to ethically good use or bad use or undesirable use. We simply check whether the commodity is in a position to satisfy anybody's want. If it is in a position to satisfy anybody's want, we simply say that the product is having utility. I hope the point is clear. In this, good, bad, desirable, undesirable, nothing is considered. So we say utility is ethically neutral concept. Point number 4, next point, intensity of wants. It means utility of a commodity depends upon intensity or urgency of wants. If consumers want is more urgent, greater the intensity of want, a person finds higher utility from the commodity. Similarly, if the intensity of want is lesser, consumer finds lesser utility from the commodity. Simple example, if a person is very thirsty, then from the first glass of water, he will find higher utility from the commodity. But if he keeps on drinking water, then slowly his utility from that water will keep on falling. I hope the point is clear. Intensity of wants means urgency of wants. Utility of a commodity depends on intensity of wants. So that's it for today, students. Next part, we'll continue with the next features of utility. Totally, we are discussing 10 features of utility. So do watch part 2 also. Thank you. Thanks for watching.